of the best pairing that I really love is with is delicate. It's also delicate, and with the brut I love a lot. No, the for sure I'm Italian, you know, so pasta love.
And in a room full of busy people and crowds and lots of bottles and pours, all three of your bottles stood out. And they're memorable, they were delicious. And so what I'm hoping is if we can walk us through hopefully all three bottles and talking about how they were made, taste profiles, pairing suggestions, just really anybody out there who is looking for a bottle for a great celebration. If you could
Yes.
take a moment and help us understand those bottles better.
Yeah. For sure, you taste the classic one. I love, say, Revi Trentodoc is the classic one. It's not the base, but many people call that base. But really, trust me, nothing is base. And the most important, Revi the Reserve 2012. I love that you taste the first and the top. The first is not really the first because it was 40 years, 40 months on lease. Both are Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Chardonnay find here in Trentino a very wonderful area to grow up, to have a very the possibility to discover itself, to give us a very good aromas, good acidity, good freshness. And Pinot Noir, for sure, more in altitude, give us the body. In Revi Brut, I try to talk about these two battles with the same description, because both are Chardonnay and Pinot Noir, but in the Pinot Noir of Brut, it's only for the body, not for the structure. When the time aging the wine, comes out the notes of Pinot Noir. In fact, in the Riserva 2012 or in other Revi, you can find when stay many months, many years on the yeast, a lot the parfums of the Pinot Noir. We have the classic line Revi Brut, Revi Rosé, Revi Dosaggio Zero, and Revi Demi-Sec, where and they are made all with a cuvée of Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. And there, this 20% circa in the white and more in the rosé, because we have 70%, is help us a lot to give structure, to give a lot of structure and body. Chardonnay is the major part of it, and that is very important for the Brut as for the Riserva, because give us in the Riserva the freshness. As the Brut, many times people ask me what is my fav, and it's not because I made the commercial part of the winery and said it depends, but really it depends, because you know, in a particular time of the day, like today, now it's afternoon here in Italy, I'm at the end of a work day, and for example, in summer when it's warm, I like really a glass of fresh Revi Brut classic, because it's simple. I want to chill out a little myself, no? And then in the same day, when I at dinner with, for example, Stefania, because she come or you come to visit us in winery, we drink a glass or a bottle of Riserva, tasting and pairing with some foods. No, that is important, because Revi Brut also you can bring and drink from an aperitif to a food pairing. For example, with the brut, the tasting notes are the golden. The golden is the yellow apples, one of the classic notes that you can find. A little bit toasty nuts, but very, very simple, because our liqueur de tirage for all of our Trentodoc Revi are very, very light and delicate. No, so if you ask me what I have to expect if I drink or taste a glass of Revi Brut, you have to expect some fresh apples, some flowers, a little bit a toast, a bread toast, but not so important, and freshness enjoy at the palate, like freshness, and comes again that fruity, a little bit yellow flowers.
It's beautiful.
For the food pairing, for sure, could be some salame or formaggio, the simple and very simple aperitif that you can have in house. But one of the best pairing that I really love is with a pappardelle or a pasta with white ragu and parmigiano, because it's delicate, is a little bit salty, yes, for sure, but parmigiano is not so aggressive like taste, no, is delicate, it's also delicate. And with the brut, I love a lot, no, the pappardelle. I love pappardelle, I love pasta, for sure. I'm Italian, so I'm a pasta lovers. And thinking about Riserva, you can really go in all over the world, no, with the taste, because you can also pairing with some fusion cuisine. You can have some more tasty, more important, because you have if you remember that you tasted 2 weeks ago circa, but you have in our reserve, in our di Revi, we have the structure, the body, the complexity, at the same time the very freshness. So you enjoy a lot that glass with some fatty foods, because clean up your mouth, and with an important structure. Because if you give me that with a carpaccio, a simple carpaccio of, for example, branzino, some fresh raw fish, is too important. No, I prefer, for example, our dosaggio zero, Revi dosaggio zero.
That's gorgeous. The pasta is a great idea. The branzino is a great idea. I think what I was taken by was, as you mentioned, the refreshing, because it's a long day of tasting. And so it was the mouthfeel, the bubbles were just overwhelming in a very good way. But my gosh, I mean, the refreshing, really very well said. Just out of curiosity, just because you spend so much time tasting it, oftentimes you talk to winemakers and they talk about uncommon or surprising pairings. In other words, it's something that you don't necessarily think would work well with the flavors, but they do. And so to me, pasta, I like that. But is there a unique food out there that you wouldn't traditionally think pairs well with your wines, your sparkling, and yet it did? Is there anything surprising, or have you found any surprises out there?
I love surprise myself with the foods, with pairing the foods. And instead you're talking, I don't know, I have the flash like a risotto with porcini, with
Ooh.
brood. No, it's amazing. It's one of amazing things. But I remember, for example, when we were in lockdown and our demi-sec, and stay with my family for sure. And during the Sunday, we had the rosemary, is rosmarino, is rosemary, the
The
flower
herb,
of
right? The herb, yeah.
the violet rosemary inside a glass of demi-sec was amazing, was wonderful,
Huh.
really. And so I really learn each day, no, and taste it. You have to be curious. I remember my father, he said always, you have to be curious. You have to ask, no? And that is I believe one of the best important things that you have to be if you are in a winery or in a restaurant. No, you have to taste, to try, and okay, not always could be a great idea, no, tasting or pairing something or with others, but a lot of fun for who is curious and try.
Now that you've given us so much, what can we give you? Tell us about a request to, if they're listening on the podcast, if they're watching the video, if they're reading about you from the articles, how can we give back to you?
If you really like this, and you thank you for follow me and follow our activity, I want to ask you to be the our ambassador. You have to go and ask about Revi, and when you find Revi, you have to try Revi. When you don't find Revi, you have to ask to you want try. No, I believe one of the best things is really to be curious. So come to winery for sure, but I know that we are not very near from you. But if you come, I really enjoy. But you can search us, for example, on Instagram, on our website. We have, for example, Instagram. I love a lot because I love the image. So Revi _Trentodoc, and then when you go in your best and favorite and your favorite restaurant or wine bar, you have to ask Revi, and for sure I will deliver a couple of cases for you.